The Jets, I think, is also a good landing spot for Justin Fields. Aaron Glenn, I really like what he could bring to the Jets. He could change around that culture. That culture was broken. I think you need to bring in some new blood. You need to bring in a new quarterback. You still have Jordan Travis. Who knows about him, what he can be. But I think bringing in Justin Fields makes a lot of sense. And with the staff they're bringing in the pass game coordinator. Potentially, he's a front runner to be their OC. They just hired the Detroit Lions tight ends coach as their offensive line coach. So I think they will use some of the things that the Detroit Lions did well and bring that to the New York Jets. Detroit Lions were a smash mouth, run the ball down your throat, and the creative designs, the passing concepts were fantastic from Ben Johnson, the trick plays and stuff. So we could see the Jets do some of that, replicate some of that. But with the run game, Braylon Allen, Breece Hall, that's a great 1-2 punch. That could be a Sonic and Knuckles kind of variant. This is an underrated 1-2 punch in the league. Braylon Allen is a bruiser back. Breece Hall, just more of that, shifty, fast running back. I think with Justin Fields, that run game could be elite. And even Isaiah Davis, third string running back, that's a guy that can help this run game too. He had a couple good performances. So I think the run game could be fantastic with Justin Fields. I trust anybody that was in Detroit. All these guys are, Sean Payton prodigies. That staff was really put together really well. So anybody from over there has an idea of how to turn a culture around, has an idea of how to create a creative offense. Aaron Glenn, great defensive guy, has leadership qualities, and could instill some great things. And I think Pittsburgh, some of the things that Justin Fields liked about Pittsburgh, just how the culture was, he could get provided that with New York. And Garrett Wilson, this is a receiver that's not really happy in New York. There was rumors about him potentially wanting out if Aaron Rodgers was brought back. So I think Garrett Wilson would be happy if Justin Fields is brought into New York. And just like, you got to play into that athletic ability. You got to play into what he is as a creator, playmaker, everything Justin Fields can do. Create an offense around him. Have that offense be run heavy. Have Garrett Wilson get his opportunity to do what he can do. Justin Fields would be the best quarterback Garrett Wilson has played with. I think those two have a great connection, and we could see it kind of be like a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, how some of these, quarterbacks come to the league with somebody they already are familiar with, and they have a great season. So Justin Fields playing with Garrett Wilson, he could probably have his best season yet. And if they play into his strengths, like I said, make a run-heavy offense, probably could have 800 yards rushing and double-digit rushing touchdowns. It's all about creating the right scheme for Justin. It's all about pouring into his strengths and giving him confidence, and you could reap the benefits for it. And defensively, the Jets are going to be elite again. Steve Wilkes is their defensive coordinator. I really love that hire. The Jets defense is going to be elite once again. Last season, it was a little shaky. Seeing players like Sauce Gardner, top players on that defense, have a down year, but I think things will be back. And I think they're in good position with their draft pick. I think they have the 7th pick. Take best player available. Offensive line is going to be a lot better too with the Detroit Lions tight ends coach coming over. I expect that offensive line to dominate a little more. I mean, the run game wasn't that effective. They couldn't run the ball at all. I mean, this last season they had 363 carries for 1,500 yards rushing, 4.3 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns, and the Eagles just had that in the conference championship, the NFC championship game. So disappointing numbers, very little production in that category. But with Justin Fields coming to the picture, the Detroit Lions, some of the coaching staff over there coming over, I think, they'll be able to run the ball down a lot of people's throats. It'll be an intense run game. I would re-sign Tyrod Taylor. I said that about the Steelers, bringing Tyrod Taylor in to be a mentor for Justin Fields and a good backup. And Tyrod Taylor, you could trust him to come into the game if Justin Fields goes down and misses some time. That's the perfect backup. And with his dynamic ability, you want your backup quarterback to be able to do some of the things your starting quarterback could do, similar play styles. I think that just fits perfectly. So Justin Fields, get him some more weapons too. You need another receiver other than Garrett Wilson. There's some talented receivers in this draft class, a lot of good receivers. Maybe Chris Olave. There's some rumors about him potentially getting traded. So could you imagine Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Justin Fields in New York? Justin Fields would have the best season he's ever had. Career season, and he could be the franchise quarterback for the Jets moving forward. And Chris Olave, I know he gets a lot of concussions, but having his boy Garrett Wilson, having a quarterback he's familiar with, the best quarterback he's played with in his career yet so far, I think, career years all across the board. Garrett Wilson has never had a superstar quarterback, either as Chris Olave. So those two guys getting a quarterback, a guy that has real deal potential, elite deep ball thrower. Justin Fields has some inaccuracy issues and stuff, but having some of those Detroit staff members, pass game coordinator, maybe Mark Brunell comes over there too. I think Justin Fields, yeah, he could have a career year with the right staff, with the right people in place coaching him. I think Justin Fields would be the perfect addition and the perfect starting quarterback for the Jets moving forward. Next season at least too. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.